Fred, I'm real concerned that more and more it seems that cancer is really affecting people's lives today. I mean, I can remember years ago when it was a dreaded situation, and it's just as bad, if not worse, now. And yet we've experienced so many people who actually are beating the odds, I guess. They're recovering, and they seem to be doing well. But even the mere fact that cancer still is so dominant in people's minds becomes very frightening to people.
Well, it is a very, very frightening disease because a lot of people are dying from it. Just like with any other disease, though, it's if you change your dietary lifestyle, it doesn't mean it's a guarantee that you're going to beat cancer. But it's definitely a wise idea to change your dietary lifestyle to let your body, to pump up your immunological system and give your body its best chance of overcoming whatever ailment you have. And it certainly does work in people do get results with cancer, too. I wish I could say everybody, but not everybody does. But a person should be definitely, that has any ailment, should be following a healthy dietary lifestyle. Of course, they should be seeking. We're not advocating people don't seek medical advice or don't follow the advice of their doctor. What I usually do is I work along with a person's doctor, and I get them to give their body a chance, pump up their immunological system, help their bodies build their immunity to where the body's remedial system, ability to heal itself, is work at optimal efficiency. And we seem to get good results, and people definitely feel better. The key is we have to understand how it works. We have to realize in the beginning that the body goes through a process of chemistry where you don't feel immediately better. Many people think when you start eating healthy that you start eating better today and tomorrow you start to feel better. It does. Some people do start to feel better almost immediately. It's very, very inspiring. But some people have to go through like a down period or a rebound effect, whatever you want to call it, where the body starts to work on itself, starts to combat whatever the condition is. So we have to be consistent in what we do. Consistency in what we do is extremely important. What we leave out is extremely important. It's not hard to get all the essential nutrients. It's actually harder to leave out the things that interfere with a healthy remedial process here. So that's the thing that we have to try to encourage people to understand.
I think also it's very obvious that sometimes people have a misconception about how the body really works, and it's obvious that the body has the capabilities of healing itself if it's given the right fuel. Now, I've often heard people say, and I think there's a large measure of truth to this, that often we take better care of our automobiles than we do of ourselves. For instance, you wouldn't go out and spend $60,000 for a Mercedes and go to Joe's local economy gas station and pump some gas into the baby. It just is not going to happen. Yet we insist that whether we're healthy or we have an ailment, we insist that we can pump anything into our system, and it really doesn't matter. That cannot be true. Right. It simply can't. I mean, in simplest terms, if we have glasses of water here. One glass was full of salt in the water, and the other one was plain water, and you insisted that you could drink that water with all that salt. Well, I think even the youngster knows you're going to create a problem here.
Yeah.
So I think what the point I'm making is that if you give the body a chance, it's been very obvious, not only from the people that you work with and colleagues of yours, but also a large segment of the medical community now is starting to, through their research, realize that if you give the body the right ingredients, the body starts healing itself.
Right. Well, that's true. The thing is that there's so much controversy now today in the material that's available. Many people come to me and they mention a book that they read, and they say, I'm a little confused. So I read another book, and both books were written by, either a PhD or maybe two different medical doctors, and they seem to be directly contradictory. So a lot of people are confused. They don't know what to do. Somebody might have read a book that tells them the best diet to follow is a high-protein, high-fat diet, don't eat any carbohydrates. And some people try it. They seem to be getting their weight goes down, so they think it's beneficial. Another person will come to you and say, I read a diet by another doctor or another PhD, and he said to follow a vegetarian diet. And they might be getting results. So there's two contradictions there. People just don't realize what's happening there. And as far as diet is concerned, if you're mixing your carbohydrates and proteins in the same meal, you're getting a completely different effect on your chemistry if you eat the protein with a vegetable or carbohydrate with a vegetable. That's the problem. It's not understood. Many people, they have a limited experience with trying one way of doing it, so they're only focusing on one way. They don't realize that You can do it many different ways. There is an optimal way to approach this. There's a lot of diets now where people say, well, I got results doing this. Another person say, I got results doing this. But they don't realize it's based on, if you look at that, you'll usually see they're really leaving out the things that are really harmful. That's what really the key is there.